rankings at the moment, and with Carolina Marin winning in Australia, she consolidated her place at #1. In fact, of the 5 previous Super Series tournaments prior to this Indonesian Open, she'd won 3 of them, so no wonder she's #1 on that list. Well, the 2 players we're about to watch swapped places after Sydney, because Wang Shixian moved up 2 places from 5, and from #3, Ratchanok Intanon was pushed down to 5. So from that we can understand that there's going to be a bit of intensity for today's semi-final. As far as the draw is concerned, from the quarter-final stage, we only had 4 seeds left. 3 of them were in the bottom half of the draw and just 1 in the top half, which was Wang Yihan, the 2011 winner. Of course, the 2-time defending champion Li Shuirui had lost in the round of last 16, losing out to Akane Yamaguchi, the world junior champion. But let's take note of the fact that there were 2 Indonesians who had come through the qualifying to be in the semi-final, in the quarter-final stage. And that, of course, was Maria Phoebe Kusumastuti and Linda Weni Fanatri. But we're going to concentrate now on the bottom half of the draw. Wang Shixian beating in the quarter-final the 3-time former champion Saina Nehwal, a #2 seed, setting up the semi-final with last year's beaten finalist Ratchanok Intanon. So the #6 seed, Ratchanok Intanon, against the #5 seed, Wang Shixian.
World Champion 2013, Asia Championship winner 2015, world rank #6, from Thailand, please welcome Ratchanok Intanon.
The 2013 world champion, Ratchanok Intanon, lost in the final last year to the Olympic champion Li Shuirui, having beaten in the semi-final her opponent of today.
Asian Championship 2015, world rank #5, from China, please welcome Wang Shixian.
Wang Shixian, former world #1, never beyond the semi-final in this particular tournament. And this is her 4th semi-final of the year. Well, when these 2 met in the semi-final last year, it was one of the most thrilling matches I've ever witnessed. 1 hour and 23 minutes it was. 3 super games. Edi Rufianto of Indonesia, our umpire for this one. The service judge, also from Indonesia, Budi Santoso. Oh. The T-shirts thrown to the fans before the players start their warm-up. So for Ratchanok Intanon, looking for a 2nd consecutive final here at the Indonesia Premier Super Series. 20 years of age, #6 seed. Actually down 1 place in the world ranking this week. She had been 5, gone down to #6. And her win-loss record for the year, 6 previous tournaments, having reached 2 finals, winning 1 of them, the Asia Championships. Beaten finalist at the India Super Series. And the 20-year-old has been in stunning form so far here in Jakarta. First round opponent was Peiyu Po of Chinese Taipei. Her teammate Busanan Ongbangrangpan of Thailand, her victim in the second round. And in the quarterfinal against the qualifier, how lovely to see Linda Weni-Fanatri back to good form again, but quite simply last night she was given a masterclass by Ratchanok Intanon, 38 minutes, and that scoreline utterly convincing. She really was brilliant yesterday. It was a joy to watch Ratchanok play. So to her opponent, and the number 5 seed, former world number 1, Wang Shixian, 25 years of age now, from Suzhou in the southeast province of Jiangsu. Down 1 place in the world ranking to number 7. They've both gone down 1 place in the world ranking this week, but spent a total of 33 weeks as world number 1 over 3 different spells. A win-loss record for the year, reached the final last week, so she's looking for a second final in consecutive weeks at Super Series events. Wang Shixian lost the final last week in Sydney to Carolina Marin. Well, her first match here in Jakarta was against another Spanish player, Beatriz Corrales. 2 straight games there. Bei Yung-ju, the left-hander, again 2 straight games in the second round. And the number 2 seed, the 3-time former champion, Saina Nehwal. What a good match that was yesterday evening. 21-18 in the deciding game in an hour and 9 minutes. Well, the semi-final, as I was saying last year, between these 2 players was an absolute stunner, and it was the last time that they met. It doesn't actually say Indonesian Open of 2014, but it was last year's semi-final, exact same stage. Hour and 23 minutes of spellbinding badminton a year ago, and I have to say that semi-final a year ago really did take its toll on Ratchanok Intanon for the final 12 months ago. So as I was saying, our court officials, Eddie Rufianto and Budi Santosa. Well, Steen, if we get a match half as good as we had last year, we're in for a treat. They'll know each other's games, because as we've just seen, this will be the 9th meeting between the 2 players. 8 previous. But Wang Shixian, as we saw, the overwhelming advantage. He won 6 of the previous 8.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Ratchanok Intanon, Thailand. And on my left, Wang Shixian, China. Ratchanok Intanon to serve, love all, play.
Oh, look at that. Well, started as she left off last night at Ratchanok Intanon. I don't think I've ever watched such a delightful performance. Of course, if you're an Indonesian fan, you'll totally disagree with me. Yeah. When Ratchanok played last night against Linda Weni-Fanatri, but it was a masterclass, wasn't it?
The position today is going to be tougher.
1-all.
Shixian much faster on her feet than Linda Weni-Fanatri. Probably able to return an awful lot of these elegant shots from Ratchanok Intanon.
Service over, 2-1. Service over, 2-all.
just wide.
Service over, 3-all. Service over, 4-3.
Well, it's a little bit of a tame start, Steen.
Yeah.
We've had such excitement so far today.
First of all, the audience are taking a little bit of a break, and the players, these two players, they know each other quite well.
Service over,
So
4-all.
sort of just getting a feel for the court and the opposition.
Oh, she took that. I thought that was going out, don't you?
I thought so too, but well, we're in a little bit of a bad position, so
Yeah.
maybe if we get it here. It would be close.
Yeah. I thought, yeah. Oh, good rally.
Service over, 5-all. Six, 5.
Well, that's well long.
7-5.
Tactically, well, what do you think? I mean, we talked, I know, before yesterday with Ratchanok and her absolutely delightful stroke production and variation of shot, her balletic movement around the court. But is there something tactically that you think she's got a bit of a weakness?
Ratchanok?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think she's playing after any kind of specific tactics. I just think she's just playing and enjoying herself.
Yeah.
All other players, when playing against Wang Shixian, is putting enormous pressure on her deep forehand side. We're not going to see Ratchanok do that. Ratchanok is just going to play and enjoy herself, and that's probably going to cost her the game. She's, in my opinion, she's so superior in technical skills to all the other players on the circuit here, and that's a disadvantage to her in some in some manner, because it seems like she's having trouble playing the same shot twice, even if it's efficient. She'd rather opt for something else and win it in another way. So I think actually we saw that the head-to-head between these two players were 6-2 in favor of Wang Shixian, and I think it should be pretty much the same in favor of Ratchanok Intanon in terms of badminton skills. But then we have to take the efficiency and the tactical skills into consideration, and that's where Wang Shixian comes in. And we talked about it yesterday as well. That what to do against Ratchanok? Well, one of the things is get a lot back at her.
Yeah.
Because then mistakes will creep into her game. And I mean, Wang Shixian is perhaps the fastest player on the Super Series circuit. Ratchanok is fast, but I would still say that Wang Shixian is even faster. And this is it. That forces Ratchanok to go for the lines.
Yeah, you're right. She somehow gets a little frustrated that what should be her winning shots and probably are her winning shots against every other player.
Now we have a challenge again here, and it's a little bit late today. I think yesterday she'd already used all her 2 challenges at this time of the match.
Yeah. Well, I think it's a wasted challenge. I didn't think that was in question.
No.
It was definitely wide.
And it's always a challenge to get a player like Ratchanok that has such fantastic skills. Oh, here it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, wasted.
Yeah. That's bizarre, isn't it?
It's always, or very often at least, a challenge to get a player like that to be efficient. To play efficient, because that's not how she got these skills.
No.
She got them by exploring the possibilities. What kind of shots can I make? And in deep contrast to Wang Shixian.
That's going wide.
Yeah.
That's a good clear. And again.
That's good. That's good play from Ratchanok.
Overdone it. Well, it really was a desperation shot, I think, from Wang Shixian. What was that? 4 punch clears deep into her round the head corner.
It's promising for her chances of winning the match, because she needs to play a little bit more boring than she normally does. The tie goal here. She's just checking the head-to-heads to see if there were any specific occasions that she'd won or lost matches, and the one statistics that I noticed was that all her 6 losses is in straight games, where I would expect that Ratchanok, in order to beat Wang Shixian, she needs to be in absolutely top shape physically.
No, it's drifted wide, and that's the problem for Ratchanok from this side of the court. If she's going to try and pump that round the head corner, it's going with the drift, the left to right drift as we look down, and that's just taken wide. So it is Wang Shixian who has a 1-point advantage here at the mid-game interval.
Interesting that we have Zhong Bo together with Chen Jin on court coaching Wang Shixian. Zhong Bo, of course, the head of the singles department, not only the women's singles but also the men's singles department in China.
11-10, play.
I read actually yesterday that both Wang Shixian and Chen Jin are from the Jiangsu province. And that there were some speculations in different kinds of politics after Chen Jin sort of took over from Jiangning. Well played, Wang Shixian.
That is fabulous, isn't it? What a rally.
And that is actually using your skills to your best advantage. think we've sometimes seen this case also with Lee Chong-wei when he's been playing, that he's so much quicker on his feet than every other player. He's got excellent technical skills as well. He sometimes tends to play in an inefficient way, but my God, that has changed at the Sudirman Cup, where he was really, really efficient.
And sorry, you think that's the same as Wang Shixian?
No, I think it's what Ratchanok Intanon needs to do. She needs to cut down
sorry.
on the.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually me who should be sorry, because probably a lot of viewers also missed that one. Cut down on all the possibilities and be a little bit more efficient like that.
Yeah.
I don't know how she feels, Ratchanok, but I've experienced sometimes that the players that are really, really skillful, technical and movement-wise, they are sort of a little bit bitter playing against players who play a more efficient playing style and doesn't use all those kind of beautiful technical shots. I remember Peter Gade when he was playing Roslin Hashim from Malaysia. He was sort of refusing to acknowledge that Roslin actually had some badminton skills when it goes to winning badminton matches.
Yeah.
He didn't play the same style, but he was efficient.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's no sort of artistic impression characters in badminton.
No, exactly.
Well played, well played.
Yeah, very, very good from Wang Shixian.
14-11.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. It doesn't matter whether you look delightful, it's whether you win the rally. But having said that, I mean, it was a joy last night to watch Ratchanok.
Yeah, it was. It was.
Took it to a new level. It wasn't just about winning points. It was artistic. It was glorious to watch.
And it's exactly the same with Lee Chong-wei. I mean, it's an absolute delight watching him play.
Yeah.
But at one point, you might want to sort of exchange all this delight for championships and trophies.
Yeah.
Of course, we shouldn't be too harsh on Ratchanok because she's already got one, and
yeah,
it's just so fun watching her play. But it's also frustrating sometimes.
Oh, I don't believe it! What a rally! How on earth did she get this back? Look at that!
Oh.
Brilliant!
Yeah, absolutely amazing.
Yeah, that is superb from Ratchanok.
13-14.
And that corner there with Wang Shixian, that is the key when playing against her. Possibilities a little bit more limited from that corner than the others.
Play.
Overdone it.
Service over. 15-13.
slice in that smash.
Service over. 14-15.
There.
Yeah. Changes the speed, changes the angle of the shot. Well, she's back level.
We saw that shot from Wang Shixian a couple of times last week in Sydney, and I like that she tries to sort of develop her game on the front court.
No, it's going wide.
16-15.
5 of the last 6 points going to this young lady. Oh, it's going wide of the centre line, I'm certain.
But for instance, in Sydney, we saw Carolina Marin putting a lot of pressure on Wang Shixian in the forehand side and using body smashes. And we've seen no body smash here from Ratchanok Intanon.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Often you would expect players to pick up on what's working for other players.
Yeah. Just wide.
She's still got a challenge left, Ratchanok. That's a little bit unusual at this time of the match. And
That's clearly wide, isn't it?
there was green to be seen between the shuttle and the line.
Overdone it, just wide. It's a nice idea, though, trying to turn that defence.
Service over. 17-all. Yes. What the call?
It's one of the areas where perhaps she could become a little bit better. Ratchanok Intanon killing from the front court. Often she doesn't need to because she's got such good attacking shots from
Play.
the rear court, but Wang Shixian is getting a lot back, and to be clinical on the front court would actually save a couple of points or two in every game. Oh, what a great shot.
Unbelievable.
From where we're sitting, we're just able to follow the steepness of that shot. Here it comes again.
Good block.
Yeah.
You have to question the smash, though, from Wang Shixian.
Yeah, totally out of balance.
Yeah,
17.
yeah, from the forehand side.
That one, and we can't see on these pictures how problematic it was.
I'm going to ask you quickly to explain, Steen, you were talking about Ratchanok needs to be better at killing from the net. Is
Yeah,
that
more clinical.
yeah, so more commitment coming forward, or is it because she's trying to play with quite often too big a swing of the racket?
Play.
Yeah, it could be both. But I think mostly it's that she's not used to having to kill it from there.
It's a good rally again. Oh, look at that net shot.
That's wide.
20, game point 17.
Well, played really well since the mid-game interval has Ratchanok Intanon. 11-14 down. And here she is with 3 game point opportunities.
Service over. 18, 20.
Would have been a nice shot if it had gone over, and
Yeah.
well, I've sort of criticized her a bit, so perhaps I should stop, as she's leading 2018 and has been showing excellent control and touch here in the first game.
Yeah, but I appreciate absolutely what you've said, because I look at Ratchanok and she is so talented. She's got so many shots. She's got such wonderful disguise, you know, that. But the fact is, she could improve more.
Yeah.
With some players.
She should be beating Wang Shixian easily every time.
Yeah.
As long as she's physically fit. And I'm still not sure that she's going to win this game.
19,
Yeah.
20.
Me neither. 2 game points have come and gone. Just 1 more remains. This time she converts. 21-19, the opening game, in favour of the former world champion, Ratchanok Intanon. Body smash.
Only time in this game.
Yeah. So confirmation, 21-19 in 25 minutes.
See that Ratchanok is also having some ice on her neck and her chin. Extremely hot here in Shixian. Air condition is on, but it's sort of fighting a lost battle.
Shixian, her coach. Instructions complete. Well, we were noticing in the women's doubles the amount of strapping on the players' legs has been increasing day by day, hasn't it? And I think the same is true of Ratchanok Intanon. Do you think that strapping on her right knee is more than it was yesterday?
No, I think it's pretty much the same. But
Yeah.
the tape that she just sort of peeled off was new.
Now, that's the one.
Yeah.
That's what you've been talking about.
Yeah.
The efficiency there.
It's too loose.
Yeah. She could have actually probably put real pressure on and tried to kill it. And that's why I asked the question, is it the lack of commitment coming forward to really make the kill? Or is it that she's technically doing something wrong with her racket?
Yeah.
2 love.
Well, the one to look at, in my opinion, is Taufik Hidayat. He was a master of this, coming forward to the net, and of course exploiting the good chances, but he was eminent at sort of taking the 60-40 chances to a win 2 shots later. He played one great shot, very often with a little bit of deception to the opponent's left shoulder, and then he had an easy kill on the next shot.
Service over. 1, 2. 1 o'clock.
Yeah, court attendant called on again.
Thank you. Play.
Great shot from Intanon into the flat backhand of Wang Shixian. It's very often a short cross that comes from Shixian in that position.
Service over. 3, 2.
I thought that was going wide. That certainly was.
Yeah.
They're both taking, I feel, I don't think they've got the real awareness of the sideways drift.
No, and perhaps not the baseline as well, because we have seen very, very few drops on the baseline.
Yeah.
We've seen some of the services, and both players serve high service. It's like they're competing on who can serve the highest. Also shows great confidence in their own defense.
Missed it.
4, 3.
So a couple of times the high serve has been long, but otherwise they control the length really well.
Yeah, good call, line judge.
And both players played this court yesterday. Discussed it earlier in the week that there's different wind conditions on all 4 courts here in Intanon, but they should be accustomed to the conditions.
Well, maybe that's going to give Ratchanok more of an idea, because I think you're right. I think she's been taking too many that have been going long.
Yeah.
I know it's only the early stages of this second game, but I are reckoning the shuttle's still flying faster, going towards that far side as we look down.
6, 4.
There's too many mistakes from Wang Shixian at the moment. Easy mistakes. Normally she doesn't make that many mistakes.
got to be an accumulation of tiredness, though, for Wang Shixian, having been in the final last week in Sydney. You know,
Yeah.
it's a lot of matches, isn't it? Plus the travel, plus the time difference, 3-hour time difference.
Exactly. She's the only survivor of the singles finalist from Australia. Chen Long lost yesterday, and Victor Axelsen and Carolina Marin only just played one match here, lost both in the first round. Could also be that Ratchanok is being very, very fit, retrieving almost everything, and doesn't make a whole lot of mistakes herself. And that perhaps puts some pressure on Wang Shixian. Must try to play it too close to the lines.
Has a remarkable record, does Wang Shixian. 21 Super Series tournament finals. Ratchanok, surprisingly, has only ever won one Super Series title.
Yeah, she played an awful lot of badminton after she won her World Championships, and I think that sort of ruined her physical shape.
Oh, an ace with a low serve, you don't often see that. Crikey. Yeah, almost seemed to chop underneath the shuttle. That
Extremely
was
well placed,
brilliant.
and that just shows some
Yeah.
of her touch and control.
It probably shows that Wang Shixian may well be moving before the serve is struck. Well, this is a run of 6 straight points. It was 4-all a moment ago. Chen Jin, nearest to us, looking a little bit concerned now.
I was talking to a couple of the other coaches on the circuit, and so people are noticing that China is not as dominant in the women's singles as they used to be.
So a 7-point advantage at the mid-game interval for Ratchanok Intanon on a run of 7 straight points. No, I'm sure we discussed it probably 18 months, 2 years ago, and I remember saying it was probably during the World Championships in Guangzhou when we worked together, and I said it's a very exciting time for women's singles. We knew that Tai Su Ying from Taipei was an up-and-coming player, Saina Nehwal, PV Sindhu, a whole number of young Japanese players. You know, I think also with obviously Carolina Marin, she's only 21 years of age at the moment, and I think that everybody has raised their level.
Yeah, I think so too, Jill, and that's why it's probably not Chen Jin's fault, as someone's suggesting. It's more that the competition has increased.
I do have my concerns, and I have no reason to think that there's any truth in it, but you know, I remember Chen Jin as a player, and he was a very conservative player. He was very fit, and he did an awful lot of retrieving, but he wasn't very creative as a player. And I'm looking at players like Ratchanok now on court, and I'm saying, well, yeah, there's a lot of other players. Tai Su Ying is another. Saina Nehwal is prepared to go for her shots. Carolina Marin is prepared to command the rallies. And I think the sort of retrieving style that Chen Jin had, I don't know whether it is an influence on some of the women's singles players now, but that may be an influence.
Yeah, I think you have a tendency to sort of coach your own style.
Yeah.
Very good rally here.
Yeah.
But I agree that Chen Jin was in many ways a retrieving player, but he also had some very good reading skills. He was able to read the opponent and sort of wear them down until he could exploit the weaknesses that eventually occurred when he sort of put some physical pressure on them. Oh.
Missed it.
Yeah.
Oh, she's going to challenge that. That's a wasted challenge. An utterly wasted challenge. That was clearly wide, in my opinion.
I think we don't know because we don't have any records, but I think she has the worst record in challenges.
I think you might well be right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've seen 4 challenges from her yesterday and today, and they've all been wrong.
Yeah.
Unsuccessful.
I think she's got a better record than our dear friend Jim Laugerson, so.
But I mean, you could also look at it another way and say, okay, I just want to confirm that, okay, he was right.
Yeah.
So no need for me to go in and feel I've been
victimized by bad line calls or something. The line judges have been very, very good here in general, I think. Oh. Well, it is time for Wang Shixian to react and start closing this gap if she wants to get through this semi-final. Oh, look at that net exchange. Unbelievable.
good lifts.
Great rally. Oh! Well, the indecision at the back of the courts from Ratchanok Intanon. I thought she was going to leave it. She decided to play it. Well, it was the net exchange earlier on in the rally that was so phenomenal.
Thank you.
Yeah, a little bit of a
Hair problem.
hair problem there, yeah.
Play.
That's well long. Time is running out for Wang Shixian.
7.
But another example of this uncertainty on the front court from Intanon. I actually think that it would have perhaps gone long. Shixian not returned it.
a rally. Oh! It's going to go long.
Service over. 8-15.
Well, I suspect that might well be the longest of the match so far.
Yeah, 31 shots.
Ready to play? Play.
Well, she's trying to hang in the match, Wang Shixian.
It's a good return of serve, isn't it?
Service over. 16-8.
Wang Shixian more reluctant to serve high, do you think, from this near side of the court? Or was that just a natural variation?
It could be because she had this long high service. That's it.
Yeah.
Service over. 9-16.
I think she has to try something. Wang Shixian must try to attack a little bit more unless she feels that she's just on the brink of sort of outlasting Ratchanok Intanon, and I don't think that's the case. Oh, it's fantastic. When she's in that kind of form, Ratchanok, it's just beautiful watching her play badminton.
Yeah,
Service
I
over.
concur.
17-9.
Look at that delightful shot. And it's such a crisp final smash, wasn't it? Sound was good.
See, oh, it was Chen Jin there in the corner. Still very much concerned.
Right.
Yeah, that one should have put it away. Good rally again. Oh my goodness. Missed it.
Yeah.
Service over. 10-17.
Yeah.
Over. 18.
Well, it wasn't deep enough from Wang Shixian, but what a delightful little drop shot there from Ratchanok.
I think you're right in your comment, Jill, that perhaps this 2 weeks tournament play has taken its toll on Wang Shixian.
Yeah.
A tough match yesterday against China Naval as well. Whereas we know that
Service over.
Ratchanok had it
11.
quite a bit easier
18.
against Linda Winifenitri.
Points away from a second consecutive final here
11.
at the Indonesia Premier Super Series. for Ratchanok Intanon.
That should give her a lot of self-confidence ahead of the World Championships.
Yeah.
As to sort of retaking her title 2013.
So it's over. 12-19.
Well, this has just become Ratchanok's longest match of the tournament so far.
I'm probably going to watch the second semi-final carefully. Intanon, I seem to recall that she has not got that good a record against Wang, who's one of the players.
Speed of this rally. It's unbelievable. Speed of shot and speed of movement.
31 shots again.
Yeah, equals the longest rally.
Thank you. Ready to play?
Didn't work, that deception, because Wang Shixian was on her way to retrieve it had it come over.
Play.
What a great comeback this would be.
Yeah.
If she were to make it.
Oh, that is perfection. It lands on the line. Well, I thought Wang Shixian was going to have a challenge there. I don't see why she shouldn't challenge, because without challenging his match point opportunities to her opponents, she must have known it was clearly in.
Well, she's played brilliant this match. Ratchanok Intanon.
Yeah.
Excellent movement, excellent technical skills.
And a second consecutive final here at the Indonesian Open. Beaten finalist a year ago, Ratchanok Intanon will have a chance tomorrow to go one better than last year. 21-19, 21-13. And that was once again a superb performance. 50 minutes of sheer delight from Ratchanok Intanon, and even the speed of Wang Shixian couldn't match the skills. I thought that yesterday it was a masterclass from Ratchanok Intanon. Well, she really did carry that form through to today's semi-final as well. So 21-19, 21-13. For a second time in 2 years, Ratchanok Intanon will contest the Indonesia Open final. one more semi-final to come, and it's men's doubles, and it features the home players Mohamed Hassan and Hendra Setiawan against the All England beaten finalists from earlier this year, Hu Haifeng and Zhang Nan. So with the men's doubles coming up, we should have an opportunity to look at the Destination Dubai Super Series rankings. And Endo and Hawakawa, who we saw in the quarter-final yesterday, are top of the list at the moment. And going up from 5 to number 2 were Chai Biao and Hong Wei after Australia, where they reached the semi-final. And of course, the winners in Australia, Lee Yong-dae and Yu Young-sung, shot up 6 places to number 4. But today's match will feature the number 7 ranked pair and the number 6 ranked pair on that Destination Dubai ranking list. Well, as far as the draw is